So, is it bad if your entire family labels you selfish because you chose margaritas in Mexico over being the unwanted background prop at your own sister's wedding? Okay, let's rewind. My sister, Ashley, family golden child, future doctor, Instagram princess, announces she's getting married. Now, weddings are supposed to be about love and family unity, but in my family, they're more like the Hunger Games with better catering. I'm the younger brother, the expendable one, the oh honey, maybe he'll figure his life out eventually one. So when they start planning this wedding, I assumed I'd at least get tossed a groomsman spot out of pity. You know, hold a flower, keep the ring, wear a cheap tux, basic participation trophy stuff. Nope. Instead, I get a phone call from Ashley where she says, and I quote, "So, we didn't really have space for you in the wedding party." I'm like, you mean the wedding party with 12 bridesmaids and 9 groomsmen? You ran out of space after 21 people? She goes, "It's just, you don't really match the aesthetic." The aesthetic. I was cut from my own sister's wedding like I was the one ugly chair at IKEA that doesn't fit the set. Fine, whatever. I do what any self-respecting younger brother does. I shrug, say cool, have fun, and book myself a solo vacation to Mexico for the same weekend. If I'm not wedding material, I'll at least be tequila material. Fast forward to the wedding week. I'm poolside at a resort in Cancun, sipping a drink with an umbrella in it, not a care in the world. Meanwhile, my family is all sending me passive-aggressive texts like, "Wish you were here and it's not too late to show up." Spoiler, it was definitely too late. My drink package was prepaid. The wedding day arrives. I turn my phone on airplane mode because I don't want to be guilt-tripped while I'm at a taco buffet, and that's when all hell breaks loose, though I wouldn't find out until later. Apparently, my sister's perfect wedding imploded faster than a Jenga tower in an earthquake. Here's what went down, as retold to me later in increasingly dramatic phone calls. The groom, Mr. Instagram husband, decided to confess, at the altar, that he'd been cheating on Ashley with the maid of honor. Yep, the maid of honor, who was also Ashley's best friend since kindergarten. The ceremony turned into live-action Jerry Springer, guests screaming, wine glasses shattering, somebody's grandma yelling "Smite him!" like she was auditioning for Game of Thrones. Ashley apparently threw the bouquet, not to single ladies, but at the maid of honor's head. Direct hit. 10 points, Gryffindor. By the time the police showed up, yes, the police, half the wedding party was drunk crying in the parking lot, the DJ was still trying to get people to dance, and my mom was running around screaming, "Where ice your brother? He needs to fix this." Like, me? I'm supposed to fix a runaway groom situation. What was I supposed to do? Walk in wearing board shorts and sandals, clap my hands and say, "Okay, everybody, let's just calm down. Who wants churros?" But of course, my family is frantically calling, texting, FaceTiming me. Except my phone is still on airplane mode because, again, taco buffet. So while Ashley is having a mental breakdown in her wedding dress, I'm 30 minutes away from hitting my personal best in an all-you-can-eat guacamole contest. Cut to the next morning. I wake up hungover in Mexico with 47 missed calls, 82 texts, and 1 voicemail that was just my mom crying and saying, "How could you abandon us?" Naturally, I assume somebody died. I play the voicemails. Nope, just a wedding apocalypse. So now I'm the villain for not being there when the wedding combusted. Keep in mind, I was never invited to the ceremony in the first place. I was literally cut from the lineup. It's like firing someone from a job and then getting mad they didn't show up for overtime. When I finally FaceTime my family, Ashley's still in her wedding dress, mascara smeared, looking like a Tim Burton character, screaming at me, "How could you go on vacation while my life fell apart?" And I'm like, "Ashley, you told me I wasn't part of your aesthetic. My aesthetic was margaritas. I stayed on brand." She hung up on me. My mom called 5 minutes later and hit me with, "Family always comes first." Cool. Where was that energy when I asked if I could bring a +1 and you said no because you didn't want my date in the photos? Here's the kicker. A week later, Ashley calls again, calmer this time. She says, "You should have been there. Maybe you could have stopped him from running." Yeah, because nothing stops a cheating groom like the little brother he didn't even invite to the bachelor party. What was I supposed to do? Challenge him to a duel? Offer him a free trip to Mexico if he stayed faithful? I just said, "Honestly, Ashley, if your marriage was fragile enough to collapse faster than my phone battery, maybe me eating nachos in another country wasn't the real problem." She hung up again. So now the official family narrative is, Ashley's wedding didn't fail because her fiancé was a scumbag. It failed because her brother chose margaritas over family duty. Meanwhile, I got a tan, a fridge magnet, and a story that makes Thanksgiving dinner incredibly awkward. The moral? If your family cuts you out of their big day, Let them. Because when it all burns down, they'll still blame you anyway, and at least you'll have better snacks.